We'll save it as a file called Chapter 1. Now, if we were to close Word and then restart it, we can open the file and still access the information it contains. To keep things organized, files can be sorted into different folders. Let's open this computer's hard drive, which is designated by the letter C. A Windows system comes with several default folders already created for you to use. Windows contains the Windows operating system files. Program files and Program Files x86 contain the files for the applications installed on your system. Users contains the files associated with your user account on the system. This is called the user's profile. Within this user's profile are several folders that are used to organize information. Let's create a new folder within Documents. To create a new folder, right-click within the folder in File Explorer where you want the new folder to reside. Then select New, then Folder. Give the new folder a name. Let's name this one Research. Let's create another folder named Accounting within Documents. To further organize your information, you can create folders within folders. Let's go into the Research folder and create a new folder named Schedule and another new folder called Design. Now you can save schedule-related files in the Schedule folder and design-related files in the Design folder. For example, to create a new Microsoft Excel spreadsheet that can be used for managing due dates, we can right-click the folder and then select New, then Microsoft Excel Worksheet. Let's name the file Due Dates. Now we can double-click this file to load Excel and add information. Every file on your system has two attributes that uniquely identify it from the other files on the same system. The file name, which is simply the name we assign to the file, and its path, which lists all of the folders within which the file resides, starting at the top of the drive, which is called the root folder, down to the current folder. In this example, the name of this file is Due Dates, and its path is C, Users, S. Decker, Documents, Research, Schedule. C is the root folder, which contains the Users folder, which contains the S. Decker folder, and so on. You can reorganize the files and folders on your system in a manner that best fits your needs. Suppose you decide that the Chapter 1 file is in the wrong folder. It actually belongs in the Design folder within the Research folder. Now, one option is to copy it to the desired folder. Select the file. On the Home tab of the File Explorer ribbon, select Copy. Navigate to the Research folder, then to the Design folder. On the Home tab, select Paste. In addition to copying files and folders, you can move them as well. Moving a file or folder will also make a copy in the new location, but the original file or folder will be deleted. Now, suppose you decided that the Chapter 1 file is in the wrong location. You want it to be in the Research directory, not the Design directory. Select the file and on the Home tab, select Cut. Navigate to the Research folder. Back on the ribbon, select Paste. The file has been moved from the Design folder to the Research folder. If necessary, you can also rename a file or folder. Suppose we wanted to do this with the Chapter 1 file. Select the file, then click Rename. Enter a new name for the file. Let's use Chapter 2 for a file name. There will be times when you'll need to completely remove a file or folder from the system. In this case, let's delete the Chapter 2 file. Select the file, then click Delete. A file or folder that is deleted within Windows isn't immediately removed from the system. Deleted files are moved to the Recycle bin in case you want to retrieve them. Here you see the Chapter 2 file we just deleted. Now we have two options. To restore the file, click on it and then select Restore the selected items. To permanently delete the file, click Empty Recycle Bin. On Windows, every file has a file extension. File extensions determine what application will be used by default to open a data file. For example, if I double-click on the Chapter 1 file, it is automatically loaded in Word. By default, the file extensions are hidden in Windows. If you access the properties of a file, you can view its extension. The Chapter 1 file has an extension of docx, which means it will open in Word by default. You can also manually modify file associations to customize which application particular file types open in by default. Let's create a new file within the Design folder. If we access the properties of this file, we see that it has a TXT extension, which is opened with Notepad by default. Suppose we want to open these files in WordPad instead. Click Change, select WordPad, and then click OK. Click OK again. If you double-click this file, it now opens in WordPad instead of Notepad. In this lesson, we discussed how to